Blade Master of the World.
Starting already. Day 1 Power Morphicon 2014.
How you guys doing? I'm Jessica Ray, and I play Alyssa, the White Power Ranger.
Philip Andrew, Merrick, the Lone Wolf.
What's going on, guys? Philip John Marie, Max Cooper.
Hey, we're guys, Jack Guzman, play Danny Delgado, the Iron Bison.
Hey guys, Allison Kipperman, now Sullivan, played Taylor Earhart. Nice to see you.
And Ryan, I was Clayton Canvas.
So, there's a microphone right there for a 10-foot-tall person. Feel free to take it down. But we'll start taking questions for anyone who has them. Don't be shy. Or we can just talk to ourselves. How are you guys doing today?
I'll do this for a whole hour. You guys really don't want me to beatbox for a whole hour, do you? Come on.
My question is for Allison. Who wins in a fight between Taylor and the Quantum Ranger?
Taylor was actually a very sensitive girl. She had a rough exterior. It's really? Probably because I'm just bigger. Pilot. Yeah, well, you know, being an Air Force pilot, I had, a few years.
He fires some missiles at his Q-Rex, probably.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
I want to thank everyone for coming this year. It's awesome to see you guys. My question is for all of you. Why do you guys call the Blue Ranger Kid constantly? Throughout the whole series, you guys kept calling him a kid. You guys were like all the same age.
The writers. I was wondering what you think your characters are doing now that are no longer Power Rangers.
Master will probably retire getting Social Security. It's up, probably doing some bad stuff and having fun. I think that's part of being bad guys, to have fun. It's all good, yeah.
You guys all know that my character became a teacher, so I'm teaching. Kindergarten.
Merrick ended up buying that bar from Willie, and he installed a bunch more pool tables and pinball machines, and likes to drink on the job.
My character Max, he was a pretty good bowler. So I think after traveling the world with Danny, he was like, "Let me give bowling a shot," and I think he's a professional bowler.
Well, you kind of messed up what I was going to say, but I was going to say traveling the world with Max, but if not, probably married to Kendall, 2 or 3 kids, and hoping that they're Power Rangers someday.
Well, Taylor went back to the Air Force. Maybe she had like a really great affair with one of the other guys there and got knocked up. Maybe. Or, she's a bad girl. Or maybe she stayed and, she stayed and taught people how to fly. I think both could happen. Thanks.
Well, I was killed. Spoiler alert.
Can you came back to life?
Yes.
These two super fans want to know a little bit about what your favorite episode was and why.
I did this episode of Friends. No, I'm kidding. It's a different show, I'm sorry. No, my favorite episode was, I guess, the part where, the transformation from a human being to a, bad guy, because I think it has some, there's a reason why I became a bad guy, and it's not just, so I think it adds some humanity to the character, which is important, and that's, I think that arc, couple of episodes, is my favorite.
How long did that makeup take?
It's about probably at least an hour and a half.
My favorite episode was A Father's Footsteps, where I got to fight my dad so I could go to college and study all about science and nature. But I also got to fight Philip and Jack, Danny and Max, and beat them up.
I'd say mine would be when I was still had the ancient warrior outfit on, and I was at the roadhouse, and a bunch of those bikers came in and tried to pick a fight, and I went in there, and what was it, about 5, 6 of them, took them down by myself. Well, actually, the stunt guy did, but it made it look like I was well. But yeah, it was good fun.
My favorite episode would have to be Never Give Up, because it was it's an episode that showed like our Danny and I's relationship and how we became best friends, and it's a model that I live by to this day. Like whenever I get frustrated with anything in my life, I just remember never give up.
Just like Max said, my favorite one was also Never Give Up, because of the title. It's a big theme to live your life by, and also because I got a little more attention in that one. So it was nice.
One of my favorite things that I got to do on the show was I've never played anyone in my life. You probably know. When I got to punch Cole and draft him, that was really fun. And I really loved working with Time Force. We had so much fun. Like we just were silly and just had a great time. And of course, getting to do the pilot stuff where I got to go in the meetings and all that. That was really cool.
My favorite was definitely Team Carnival. I remember 2010 when we were filming, and I got to take a week and hang out with Phil and Allison at an amusement park, which was really fun. Just ride roller coasters the entire time.
Would they have embraced the fact that maybe they connected your story to you?
The children?
The children, yeah, your students that you told the story to.
Maybe. That actually was a very cool episode also that I liked doing, because I got to narrate the entire episode and tell what happened to everyone. But yeah, I would like to think that they did, and they probably wouldn't understand it at the time. I have 3 kids myself. I have a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-old. They're here, and they haven't really seen Power Rangers, so the one episode I've shown them, they just don't even really, like you said, they can't connect it because they're so young, but my son saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle man and started freaking out and wants to like Ninja Turtles, so they're much cooler than Mom right now, but I think when he gets older, he'll make the connection, and I'll be the coolest. Oh, thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for coming. This for all, no problem. This is for all
is probably the obvious question, obviously. Were you guys aware of this franchise before you guys came before your season? Of this franchise before you guys come in?
Let's start down there with Kite.
Yeah, I was 10, so I definitely knew about it. Me and my brother, he's also here, used to have like sword fights with like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers stuff, so like, yeah, I definitely knew about it before I was on the show.
Yeah, I knew about it. I was 24, so I don't know if I watched it much. I liked the Smurfs and Care Bears more. Yeah, it was, I was excited about it, but I didn't know all that much about it.
Yes, also, I definitely knew about it. I'm Colombian born, so in Colombia there was probably, when I was a child, there was maybe 5 channels, and one of them was all Power Rangers. So I knew all about it. It was a lot of fun, and definitely knew about it.
Yeah, I knew about it. I grew up out in LA, and I went to high school in LA, and there was actually a shooting at my, let me rephrase that. They were shooting Power Rangers at my school, I was like, oh wow, it's Power Rangers, so definitely knew about it.
By the way, that's Scott.
Hello. I'm Scott Pitchback, guys, one of the producers of the show, and I have lots of disgusting recordings of these people with me here tonight after this day.
In '93, I was entering high school, so I think I had heard of it being a kid's show, but I didn't really pay attention. So, went out and auditioned multiple times, finally got it. But I think what really hit me was when the upstairs called me up in the office, and I had this gigantic box of my picture with an action figure, and I pretty much got the idea of how big it was, how big it really was. So, yeah.
I knew about it. I had a friend in high school who was obsessed with it, and so I always said that I didn't like it, and he would secretly, or not secretly, but for Christmas and birthdays and stuff, he would wrap all my presents in Power Ranger and like wrap paper to annoy me, and then I became one.
Yeah, I know. I've been working on it for 8 years before these guys came around. 9, so that was enough.
Yeah, I heard about it, but I've never seen the show before, and I think it's good that I didn't have any preconceived notion when I went to audition, because you just have to make your choices as an actor and just go with it. And I think that's what helped me to get the part and become must-work. So.
By the way, the lead is a killer Elvis, of which I have a recording of Russian Elvis. Great if I have it.
Hello, my name is South Korea America. You don't have to. And I was wondering if you ever watched your Super Sentai character.
Yeah, actually, did we ever watch our Super Sentai character? Sometimes they would have us watch them on set just to see. I'm sure you remember, you guys. Yeah, just not. I had a little TV in my dressing room. You guys remember that little TV I had in my dressing room for the video, the VHS player? That's how old we are. And sometimes they would have us watch them so we would know what we were matching. Thank you, Philip. Thank you for affirming that.
She did have a VCR in her dressing room. Reconfirm that.
The only times that we really got to watch the Japanese, at least that I remember, was when we were filming, ADR for Scott, when we were doing the voiceover. That was not my job.
My character was a dude, so I was like, you guys know this.
Hello again. My question is, how does it make you guys feel that you guys were on the #1 kids show ever?
now it's cooler. You guys have to know. So, when we auditioned for these roles, we probably drove to Valencia like 30, 40 times. I waited for hours, and I never thought that they were going to even cast me. I was just like, why the hell am I back here again? They don't bring me. And our call times every morning were 5:45 a.m. Did you know that? 5:45 in the morning. So most of us drove about 40 miles each morning when we were there at 5:45. So we will do our very best to recall what happened. And like I was telling my mom and my husband, I'm like, I was so tired every day. We filmed for like 12 hours, and I did not sleep very well. We had to go to bed like at 8 o'clock at night. So if we don't recall some things, it's probably because we were wrecked. We were having fun, but we were being beaten up, we were tired. We were, it was really cool. At the time, we were blessed to have a job, an acting job. But, and since then, I think it seems cooler now because we see how much the fans liked it. But while we were shooting, we were just trying to get through each day and do a good job for you, Just so you know. It's 5:45 was freaking early. 9 months.
It was one of the best jobs of my entire life. It was one of the best years, even if we had to wake up early, go to sleep late, or work through the night, and fake rain on top of a building in downtown LA, and it was shivering cold, and it was a little bit miserable, but it was so much fun. The crew, I loved everybody, and I would do it all over again if I was asked.
Iris, stand up. There's Lady who cast the show. She's still doing this.
And I remember those 30 auditions.
Yeah,
you were very sweet at every single one of them.
And by the way, I'm still getting up at 5:40 in the morning and drive from Valencia 40 miles, so it's a good job.
Yes, I guess the first time I realized the impact of Power Rangers when I got one of the fan letters from Spain. Yeah, and the guy was asking, Master Orr, where is your headquarters? Where did you came? And it took me, I realized, wow, that's so cool. The people, living in their imagination, and this show, it has such a big impact. So I think that's where I realized the significance of the show.
Yeah, I love that we were filming everything. It was especially cool for me, being 10, being on there. I remember I put on one of the helmets one time, which was way too big for me. But it
Do you want to wear mine? I have it right here.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a really cool experience being part of it. And as someone who watched them when I was even younger, that was definitely exciting to be on it.
For myself, I think it was a little bit of what Jessica and Allison said. At the moment, I think it was just amazing to have a great job, because as an actor, you don't really get to do this that often. And then now, as we've gotten a little older, I think it's just a matter of kind of like a fraternity, and it's something that there's a lot of seasons and there's a lot of Rangers, but when you really think about it, there's not really that many. And for all of us, I'm sure until the day we die, this is something that no one can ever take from us. We were Power Rangers, and it was a big deal.
It was a blessing, man. It was definitely a blessing. I have a little 3-year-old, and he gets geeked out, man. He's like, my dad's a Power Ranger, my dad's a Power Ranger. I'm like, yo, man, I don't really know how to fight, man. Chill out. Man, a crazy little story about the audition, because we did audition a lot. My car died. Well, actually, it was my mom's car at that time. My mom's car, it was a 1987 Chevy Nova. And Valencia has crazy hills, right? So I'm driving up the hill, and I'm putting in work in this car. I'm just pushing. I'm like, come on. And I'm leaving the audition. I felt good about the audition. I'm like, okay, but still don't know whether or not I got it or not, right? I'm driving. All of a sudden, my car just dies, just straight dies, flat dies on the top of the hill. And so I'm coasting down the hill, trying to find an emergency shoulder to get off.
And then, yeah, thankfully I got the job and I was able to buy my mom a car. So, you know, it's a good thing. It's a blessing.
So this is a super fan ritual with super fan Oliver here. We wanted to know what was the funnest part about being an actor or an actress when you were a Power Ranger.
For me, just being with the people on set was awesome, but also doing the stunts. Even if sometimes they would let us try to do the stunts and they'd be like, okay, let's go with the stunt people. You're not good. But the stunts was just so much fun. It was like going to work to play.
Well, I'm not a Power Ranger, but I'll answer. Yes. You know, being a bad guy, I think it could be great if you find some, you know, if you're not trying to do a cliche character, bad guy, find some, you know, comedic elements to your character, or you know, some human elements, and I think that's what's, for me, it's always, you know, a great thing to do, even if it's, you know, writing, for example, doesn't call for it right away, but you find something interesting, and to explore that, and the show, they will, you know, have the opportunity, because of the directors and the writers, and it was just fantastic.
Look, I can tell you this a secret. Since I did every episode for the first 400 and something, I was the voice of every single Power Ranger of every single series at one point in time. If we missed something, I'd go up and get that! And do the girls thing, so it was really cool. It was really cool. Alyssa? No? So it was great being a Power Ranger.
For me, it was the locations, just getting to go to different places. I mean, all the way from Long Beach all the way out to the desert, places you never thought you'd see, and like how did the location people find these places, and just hanging out there and doing that, and you know, yeah, just getting to travel. That's what I like.
You stole my answer, man. No, I was gonna say because I'm from LA, and like I didn't really. You know, you grew up in LA and you think, oh yeah, I know LA. And I didn't really know LA until like I was on Power Rangers, because I found places, Vasquez Rocks, Descanso Gardens, like all these different places that like these little gems, you know, and it was really amazing. It was really fun because it was kind of exploring. It was a rediscovery, I guess, if anything, you know.
For myself, it was pretty much what they've all said, and like Allison said earlier, we worked a lot, so there was times that, you know, even though we're having fun, it's like, I have to finish, I want to go home, I'm tired and all that. But to be 100% honest, when anyone recognized me, you know, any of you fans came up to me and shook my hand or said, hey man, good job, that was actually my favorite part, man, because I like attention.
Honesty is really beautiful. For me, it was like little things like doing the ADR. That was always so much fun. We were just so silly, and fighting was really cool because we had 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks of training? You would not believe the things they did to our bodies. And like, my body doesn't do that. I'm a gymnast. I'm an actress. But that was really cool. Learning how to do stunts and to fall and that. You know, we had to run from explosions, and you're like, I'm doing this? Explosions right next to your head. You're like, what acting jobs you get to do that? What was also really cool was having the Make-A-Wish Foundation kids come. Seeing their faces when they would come on set was amazing, and they would spend the day and we would eat lunch with them, and that was really, you know, that sort of made it more special. So.
Yeah, one of the most fun things, I guess, for me was, along with like the stunts, was a lot of like pyrotechnics and stuff that they did, because I didn't know that a lot of that were those sparks that come out, or these actual little charges that are on all these different actors, and we set them off. explode. And I know one of the episodes I'm stuck on one of those like swinging ships, and they have all of them around me with those explosives on them, and there's right next to them, and they're just all going off like around me, and it was really cool to like be in the middle of one of those, or be in the middle of the stunts that were going on. And I also really liked hanging out with all of them in between scenes. They were awesome for a 10-year-old running around their set.
Hi guys, I'm Nick. I'm like one of the Wild Force is one of my biggest, favorite shows of all time from all time. It's just you guys are great. The whole cast was just great. Even Ricardo, that's Cole, was great. I just want to ask, what was it like filming the last scene, when you guys lost the the crystal one, the gems, and everything? It's how was that feeling, that feeling when you were calling to press the work, saying, I don't care, if we lost our powers, we're still Guardians of the Earth, and just stuff like that. What was that like? That's one of my favorite scenes.
When we were all sopping wet, and then we did our slamming down the cement. That was intense, and that was one of, I think, the most fun nights, well, aside from being wet, but just shooting. I think we were all pretty charged up. You guys feel like we were, we really wanted to do our best for you and act as well as we could. And as far as that scene went, I felt pretty charged up about my soaring eagle.
Sure. Okay.
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
I've taken a break from watching Power Rangers and came back to it with Wild Force. I really enjoyed Wild Force. You guys all did a great job. Thank you so much. I just wanted to know, I know that Wild Force was the last season that was owned by Saban Brands and was transferring to Disney. Did you guys have to deal with that at all? And if so, how was that, the transition going from Saban? Was there a change in direction of the show?
I'll take this one. No, it was very interesting at the beginning because we were all very excited that Disney was going to take over, and we felt, Disney is such a big company and they're going to do so many things for us. But I personally feel that we got kind of lost in the mix in between doing that switch. Therefore, I don't think we did as much publicity. We didn't go out as much. We didn't get to see you guys as much. But
yeah, you remember who took the press photo for Wild Force? You remember who took the press photo? Yeah, me. I had a camera because I take stupid pictures on set. I took some picture, and Disney would pay for a photographer to come in, so I took the picture.
We felt lost. Yeah. We were shocked by it because we had heard all the seasons prior. They were made to feel special. Not that we were not, but we just felt like we were just kind of lost. That's why it's talking to me that you guys are here, because I'm like, we have fans, and people like to watch the show.
Thanks, guys.
Also, Disney didn't know what to do with the show. My favorite quote that I can't get in trouble now. When Eisner bought the company, our toy guys were telling Eisner that, listen, you're adding on the Power Rangers toys to your line. This is the best selling toy in the country. And Eisner goes, is that show still in the air? Oh.
By the way, my godson lives in Ireland, and he was watching the Power Rangers last week, and asked my best friend, she's like, is that Auntie Allie? So it's still playing. So
it's on Netflix.
It helps. Yeah. Glad you liked it.
Hi guys, thanks all for coming. It's great to see you. This is for Phil and Andrew, and if I can just be allowed to make it a little soppy for a moment. I just want to say, American Shayla, my absolute favourite Power Ranger couple of all time. I was just wondering if you could maybe just say a bit about your thoughts on that relationship and your chemistry with Larry and that sort of thing.
Well, we had kind of a special relationship because we were not, I So we would always have to sneak off away from the producers so they wouldn't catch us and stuff. So we would get in, in-depth conversations and everything. And I think when we got on set and started acting, it made it a lot easier because we were more comfortable with ourselves and stuff like that. I wish she would have came out, but I think she's really busy in Florida with her own modeling agency or whatever she's doing. But yeah, that was always. But yeah, I enjoyed every moment with her that we had, and a really nice girl, and yeah.
She's the sweetest girl. She's so sweet.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, I'm just going to say for all of you, thanks for coming, okay? Now, I'm going to ask y'all to do something.
Uh-oh.
More. All of you.
How old we are. Our bones can't more. You do it first.
That's the one I couldn't do.
Does anybody have a flip phone? I need a flip phone. Nobody has a flip phone?
Do it.
I can't hold them. I'm sorry.
Man, they're covering my my thing here. Yeah, I got an idea. I'm gonna stay here. Still gonna stay here, but let's see. Ah, there it is. Okay, much better. Simplest morph they can make. One more. Hope they don't hit each other. A little early, Allison. Oh my goodness. Much better. Nice. That was great. Okay, let me get this back in here. There you go. Sure.
Hey, at least we didn't hate each other, right? Maybe.
Sorry, that's really disappointing.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You know, they all say, third time's the charm.
Did you guys ever get to meet the former Red cast? I know you were in the episode for like a minute, but did you meet them?
Some of them, yeah.
You know what's crazy is that we were in the Forever Red episode, right? Right, yeah, we were in it for like a hot second. Yeah.
They were all very special moments.
Okay, I got a question for you this time, okay? Now, the next season was, your season was the last season that we filmed here in America, okay? And then they went to New Zealand for the next season. Did they call you guys to come back to the reunion show? And if you guys would have been called, would have you guys went to New Zealand?
Yes. No and yes.
So they didn't call you guys back to come back for the reunion show?
You're talking about
Jack had a bigger role than even me.
And how disappointed were you? Were you disappointed that you didn't get a reunion show?
Are you talking about a reunion with the next cast?
Yeah.
Or the recent reunion that they
Were you
just did?
were you guys disappointed that you didn't get to come back for the next season and have a reunion show with them?
They didn't do a reunion with what was it, this season?
They're just going.
But some of us had talked to people about going back for the recent reunion that they just did.
Yeah.
Something happened and
You mean you're talking about the next season, right? After your season?
I'm not sure if we're talking about the same thing, but I think that's
No, I'm talking about, okay, now I'm talking about when your season was over, and then the next season came, you know, when they moved to New Zealand, like, did you guys come, did they call you to come back, or they didn't call you guys to come back?
No, yes, sir, they did call me. They called us, I think.
And how come you guys didn't go for the team?
It just didn't work out, but I think, I'm not speaking for everybody, for myself, definitely, and I would love to be a part of any Power Rangers thing that's ever, you know, any other show or anything like this. I'm very grateful for the show.
But you know what's going to stop about the Ninja Storm team?
They're asking me if you did any.
No, not that.
No, they didn't ask for that.
We didn't get called.
No.
Went dead silent. We would have gone. We needed a job. Yes, it sucked. Thank you for being as upset as we were. As disappointed.
They just got out of the anger therapy.
Thanks.
How you doing, guys? One of the best team-ups, in my opinion, was the Time Force Wild Force team-up.
I agree.
How was it
I
for you
agree.
guys to know that? Did you guys have fun working with the Time Force cast?
He's so grown up now, it's like weird. I'm like,
Go right in.
he has facial hair now.
Yeah, I think it was a blast. We shot that at, I believe it was in Zuma Beach. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So it was kind of cool, you know, just to be out on the beach with all those guys and meeting them. I had never met them, and a lot of them were really nice, man. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just like what he said. No, it was fun, man. It was fun to get to meet the crew from last year. We were all like sharing stories, and like they were like, because I think I took Michael Copan's dressing room. He was like, "Oh, I heard you took my dressing room, man. Like, what's up with that?" He's like, I was like, "Yeah, I painted everything," because he signed his name on the thing on the wall or whatever, and I painted over because it's my dressing room now, right? You know, so we kind of like gave jabs. We were having fun. It was good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I actually see most of that at other conventions, so it's cool that we're all still friends and still do cons together.
It was kind of weird because I was talking to Jason Fond after they had shot the stuff together, and he said these guys were all a bunch of jerks. And I told him, well, I should do it. No, they got one.
The romances were kind of fun. What happened, but it was fun to show different sides to our characters. It was always fun for us to show a different side to our characters and to see the softer side of everybody. Love connections.
Hello, my name is Max, and have you guys ever got to keep any of the stuff off the set?
Yeah. I have my growl phone. This is not a helmet from the show, but someone got that for me. And I actually have my spandex, but don't tell nobody.
We didn't get it.
It's still good. Three kids.
Yeah, I got to cut the American outfit, the leather jacket, leather pants, and shoes. I actually have the jacket at my booth, so if you can stop by and look at that, you can do that.
Can we touch on it?
Yeah. I couldn't fit in it about a year ago, and I lost some weight, and it's alright.
Yeah, I got to keep our Power Rangers vest, the whole outfit, the pants, and the shirt. I got the vest at my booth, so if you want to try it out, feel free, come on through.
Yes, I also got to keep my vest, my pants, my shirt, and my shoes. And for those of you that have asked, for those of you who have not, my mother has those things in the closet somewhere, and she will not let them go. Sorry about that.
No more from stuff.
Jack, did your pants split open at one point?
were there any fictional or real characters that helped give you guys like personal inspiration for your characters?
My character was a college student that wanted to be or study science and stuff, and wanted to do what her parents didn't want her to do, and that was me in real life because I was in grad school and I told my parents one day, I'm going to take a leave of absence to be a Power Ranger. They were like, no, that's not cool, but you know, so my character was inspired by my person.
For me personally, man, I think it was just a great learning experience as far as an actor. I didn't really take anything from real life. I actually played quite the opposite. You know, I'm pretty much an alpha type of male, and I wasn't that as Danny, so it was just I had to jump and go for it and just say, I gotta do this, you know. That was really what it was about.
For me, I mean, you know, I was the kid, you know. I didn't really have any fictional characters that I drew from. I mean, I just got in touch with my kid-like self, my obnoxious self. I'm grown up now. But I think, yeah, I just kind of drew from that, drew from those things. So, yeah.
Yeah, kind of along with Jack, didn't really have to base it on anybody. I just figured, you know, a guy who's locked in a box for 3,000 years, not a happy camper. So it's easy to get out of there and you just, you don't like anybody, so yeah.
My inspiration was Vladimir Putin. No, seriously, actually,
Wow.
I admire Jack Nicholson playing the Joker.
The Joker, yeah.
It's one of my idols, I would say. So, again, I can't help but just kind of steal, according to my abilities, you know, some of the, you know, his traits.
What I thought was very cool about you and working with you was that he didn't talk to us the entire year. He was so method, and I thought that you didn't. No, I mean but like you know, you were very. No, I mean you're a very fine actor. You've done a lot, but I mean he was very method, and I really respected that. I'm like, that's awesome. He's taking this role really seriously, and he put his all into that character, as you saw. His character was hard, you know, but it was kind of funny. I'm like, we're on the same show, but we don't really speak. So he was very method.
Well, thank you. I mean,
that's how I took it.
Me personally, I don't really like to get into, you know, unless I see, you know, people, you know, want to have a conversation, be open. I'm fine with it. Otherwise, I don't try to impose on people. You know, it's not even, you know, being method. I think method is just to make things as an actor. I don't know if you guys want to know that, but it's just making things personal for yourself. But I don't really believe in that. You know, the whole concept of getting on set and you know, not even playing you know, negative character, don't talk to anyone. Yeah, I think the skill of actor is just to be able to, in 1 second, to transfer from your regular, you know, person to it's like the famous thing. I don't know if you know that movie Marathon Man with you know, Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier, you know, back from the 70s. You know, the character, you know, he was supposed to have a, you know, he was being tortured, and he had a big, you know, toothache, and Dustin Hoffman prepared all night and didn't sleep, and you know, exhausted himself. And Laurence Olivier said, "Boy, did you try acting?" That's a, you know, that's a famous thing. Anyway.
Sorry to bring this to a close right now.
Making the quick ones.
I want to thank all you guys for coming. It's so nice to have a big Wild Force group here. It's really cool. But one of my favorite episodes from the whole season was Lionheart. I thought it did a really good job of establishing a lot of different things that were going on with Mr. Moore, with the Rangers, and Cole. And I was wondering if there's any memories you guys have from the first episode, the first shooting days that you had.
Again, for myself, I was the last one to get cast, so it was kind of scary because they were all kind of walking the training, they were already friends, they were all, I was the new kid coming in, and for that first episode, I just remember being just terrified. I remember barely saying the lines, I was just like, it was just incredible to be there and to share this experience with all of them. But yeah, that's like the biggest thing I take from that first episode, and just realizing how cool I thought the rest of the season would be.
Our director was so awesome. Koichi just made the best vibe on set, and I just remember feeling like we were in really good hands, and that we had like a really good team, and we were just so excited, and we were excited to play these new characters, and and punching Cole. That was fun.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I want to welcome all you guys to Morphicon. First time we've had the entire cast here.
Almost. Almost.
I noticed that Wild Force had a message about global warming. Was that message intentional or not?
Very intentional. I think it's something that we can relate to now. I mean, the current state that our world is in right now. I mean, you got the northern pole, the ice caps melting.
Yeah.
A lot of greenhouse gases that we're expelling out into the world, and we have to change that. We have to find a different method, we have to change our ways. I mean, it doesn't help that I jump into a 12, 15, 20 gallon, 60 million gallon SUV and then just ride off, you know what I mean? Like, that's why we got hybrids and things like that. We have to change our modes of transportation. But, I think it just brings awareness, if anything, so that people can kind of see, because it's the little things that we all do that we can help. Don't keep your computer charger plugged into the wall, because that releases a lot of carbon, so I would say take that out, simple things like that we can all do. Recycle, That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Let's be the beatbox.
So, for those of you who pre-ordered the group up, if you have your receipt, then you can come up here one at a time. We can take the group photo and.
All right, here we go. But that's it from me, though. On to the next panel.
Thanks for
See you
coming,
then.
guys.
Woo!
Thank you.
Don't forget tonight, 7:30.